Bago natin simulan ng mga kwento, gusto kong magbigay ng shoutout sa ating mga subscribers of the day. Sila Kaurik's Nest Animation Beat at si Jean Plaz. Maraming salamat po. Kayo ay nakikinig sa Scary Hours PH. Buksan ang kamalayan at tayo'y papasok na sa mundo ng kababalaghan. Ang pamagat ng kwentong ito ay Nakatingin. Kasama ko yung kapatid ko around 10:30 p.m. na ito. Galing kami sa burol ng father ng classmate ko. Nag-jeep kami pag uwi namin. Andon kami sa Quezon Avenue nakahinto. Then may nag-iisang taxi sa likod pero bandang gitna siya. Yung jeep namin ay nasa right part. Medyo weird kasi sa likod noong taxi may lalaki na nakaitim na t-shirt na nasa window side. Nakatingin lang sa bintana. Then ang nakapagtataka pa, may babae sa gitna. Yung kamay niya ay nakahawak sa upuan ng driver at passenger side. Sobrang straight body yung pagkakaupo niya. Ang kapal ng eyeliner at nakatingin siya ng diretsyo. Nakaputing v-neck dress din siya. Sinabihan ko pa yung kapatid ko kung uso pa ba yung v-neck kasi ngayon lang ako ulit nakakita nung nagsusuot noon. Then tinanong ako ng kapatid ko kung bakit ko yun naitanong. At ang sabi ko, tingnan mo yung babae sa loob ng taxi. Mukhang white lady. Then ang sabi ng kapatid ko, ate, wala akong nakikita. Yung lalaki lang na nakaitim na t-shirt sa likod at ang driver ang nakikita ko. So hindi ko na binalik yung tingin ko dahil ang lakas ng pakiramdam ko na nakatingin yung babae sa akin. Ang pamagat ng kwentong ito ay Sing-Sing. This experience took place in my nanay's home in Rizal. But we lived in Caloocan for most of our childhood years. To those who read my last story, thank you so much for taking the time to celebrate my beloved nanay with me. Though in this story, she was still with us. This happened when I was about 7 or 9 years old. We would always stay at nanay's place whenever classes are over. My siblings and I were packing our things. Then my younger sister would shout at me, "Kuya, ibalik mo nga yung damit ko. Di naman sa'yo yan eh." A typical sibling squabble. But the words, "ibalik mo yan," would stick with me. We then went to nanay's place. I was a curious kid, and sadly, I was a kid who resorted to taking things out of curiosity. The third day that we were at nanay's, I went to look at one of the wooden drawers that they have at the dining area. There were lots of old files, spare keys, antique items, and a couple of other random items. While digging through, there was this box, so I opened it. Inside was a ring, a golden ring at that. There was a name engraved to it. It looked like it was my great-grandma's ring, as the name engraved was her nickname. It took my attention. I thought it looked cool, but I did not mean to steal it. In my head, I thought it was a great memento to remember her by. I took it, put it in my pocket, and proceeded to take a siesta. When I woke up, it was already 3 in the afternoon. I took the ring out of my pocket and went to our porch. We have wooden seats, which look like sofas, though I'm not really sure what they're called. Anyhow, about 8 to 10 minutes in, as I was looking at the shiny ring, I felt sharp objects wrapping around my right ankle. At that time, we had a huge white aspen named nachos. I hope he's running freely in pauper heaven. So I panicked and made sure I was not bit. But something strange. Nachos was asleep on the chair, and that was on my left side. I looked down at my ankle, and I could have sworn that I saw this skeletal arm with fingers wrapped around my ankle. There were rags hanging on the arm, and it was rather bluish in hue. Then whatever it was let me go, and I heard a deep growl nearby. It was inaudible, but sudden growls are deeply disturbing. It quickly ducked out of sight under the wooden seat. I looked behind me. Nothing. I knelt down and checked under. And again, nothing was there. It sent me running inside. I didn't even have the time to cry. I was puzzled as to why that happened. I mean, this is my great-grandma's ring. I didn't even mean to steal it. It didn't even fit me. I merely wanted to adore its beauty. Nevertheless, I returned it from where I took it and learned a very important lesson. Though I learned it in a frightening way. The title of this story is Praying. Gusto ko lang i-share ang experience ko every ghost month. Since sa food court ako nagtatrabaho sa Singapore, every outlet na hawak ko ay nag-o-offer ng pagkain for the hungry ghosts. Nagsiset up kami ng long tables, depende sa outlet. Then sa ibabaw ng tables, lahat ng mga pagkain ng mga matatanda at meron din sa sahig para sa mga babies or mga bata na hindi abot yung table. Habang nagdadasal kami at tinatawag namin yung mga spirits para kumain na sila. Since bukas nga ang third eye ko, ay kita ko kung papaano sila kumain na minsan ay maaawa ka talaga dahil parang gutom na gutom sila. At habang ginagawa namin ang tradisyong ito, you're not allowed to feel pity on them. Bakit? Dahil susundan ka nila to ask for more food. And if you don't give it to them, then good luck na lang sa galit nila. And when the day ends, tsaka kami magsusunog ng papers for reincarnation, wishing them well at sana ay maging peaceful na sila. Yung mga matatanda dito nanghihingi ng mga numbers sa ghost para pantaya sa loto or 4D dito sa Singapore. Yung iba ay nagbibigay naman, depende kung gaano ka kasincere magdasal for their souls. Sa mga kababayan ko dito sa Singapore, hindi man parte ng kultura natin to, but at least respect natin yung culture nila. Huwag nang mag-side comment kung ayaw niyong mangyari sa inyo ang nangyari sa akin na nilagnat ng ilang araw until hindi nagso-sorry sa na-offend kong multo. Have a good night, everyone. Ang kwentong ito ay may pamagat na doppelganger kaya. When I was a medical representative, USD was one of the hospitals I visited. One day, I called my friend, and she seemed upset. I asked her why. She said it's because I ignored her when she hollered at me earlier that day. I told her I hadn't gone up that floor where she was. Just now, I asked her what time she saw me. And when she told me the time, I told her that's impossible because I was in a jeepney in transit to Balik-Balik at that time. We were both shocked. In the same hospital, there was a rumor that a new guard saw a doctor who logged in. The new guard shift came to an end, and the doctor who logged in never logged out. The new guard mentioned this to the old guard. The old guard suddenly looked shocked. The old guard responded, and he said that the anesthesiologist who logged in died a week ago. Ang pamagat ng kwentong ito ay Mr. Greg and Mrs. Elena. Way back May 1994, sabi ni Lola ay may namatay daw na bagong kasal na ang pangalan ay Greg at Elena. Nabangga ang kanilang sinasakyan pa uwi na kotse ng isang 10-wheeler truck sa harap ng aming bahay. Nakalatag ang kanilang mga katawan na walang buhay sa kalsada. Hinding-hindi daw iyon makakalimutan ng mga nakatira dito sa amin. At ang sabi nila, magpapakita daw ang mag-asawa na si Greg at Elena tuwing madaling araw, ngunit napapailing na lang ako. Mga 3:18 AM na banda noon at nagising ako dahil puno na ang pantog ko. Kaya pumunta ako ng banyo upang umihi. Pabalik na sana ako ng kwarto, ngunit may natanaw ako sa bandang bintana na may babae at lalaking nakatayo sa harap ng aming bahay. Lumapit ako sa bintana nang nakita kong nakasuot sila ng pangkasal, at ang unang bumungad sa aking isipan, nakita ko ang mag-asawang dala-dala ang mga parte ng kanilang katawan. Nakaangat sila ng kaunti. Nahilakbahutan ako at tumindig ang aking mga balahibo. Nagmadali akong bumalik sa aking kwarto. At mula noon, hindi na ako muling nagbanyo pa tuwing gabi at bumili na ako ng arinola. What is up guys, Mark here, and as always, maraming salamat sa inyong pakikinig at pagtangkilik sa Scary Hours PH, especially if you've made it this far sa ating video. Sana ay nag-enjoy kayo sa mga kwentong ating itinampok sa Volume 24 ng True Pinoy Horror Stories. At kung nagugustuhan nyo ang mga ganitong klaseng contents and scary stories, please give us a like, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell para mabigyan kayo ni YouTube ng updates sa ating future uploads. At kung gusto nyo magpadala ng mga scary stories, pwede nyo itong ipadala sa aking Facebook or Twitter, that is Scary Hours PH. And if you wish to support me and the channel, pwede kayo mag-donate sa patreon.com/scaryhours. Higit sa lahat, gusto ko magbigay ng pasasalamat sa ating mga contributors for Volume 24. They are Jana, Leon, Raisa, Unknown, and Yvonne. Maraming salamat po. At kung gusto niyo pang makapakinig ng mga kwentong katatakutan at misteryo, the links will be popping up on the screen, so be sure to check them out. And this is Mark, signing off, and I will see you on our next Scary Hours.